that walkout does not represent what American people think, I don't know what does. We're at a point where the American people have more faith and more trust in people that aren't not politicians. We love Tucker Carlson. We love Dana White. We love Kid Rock. These people seem to love American ideologies. The people running this country don't. So that was a clip this weekend from a UFC event. We got Kid Rock, Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, all walking out on fire. That's what the American people want. Why aren't people like this hosting the debate? That's my question. It would get so many more views. Screw Lester Holt. Screw the NBC. Screw the media. This is what American people want. So I'm here solo today. We are doing the first episode with Base Boys solo. My partner, Micah, couldn't make it in today, so it's just me running the show today. We're just going to be discussing a few things. We're going to be talking about Tucker and Trump. Is Tucker a good, viable candidate for a VP? We got Kathy Hochul on the scene. She's talking about surveilling us to create more safety. These surveillance efforts, they're not there to keep you safe. Let's put it that way. We also have maybe some embedded journalists out there in the Israel Hamas. So we're going to be taking a look at that as well. Not to mention, we've got Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary. He's also in the midst of trying to be impeached. That was turned down, so we'll see that being sidelined as well. So I'm glad to be here. And, man, this is my first time ever going live on a podcast solo. So, make fun of me. Do what you got to do. I'm just going to try to share and, crush the corporate narrative, because that's, at the end of the day, that's why we do this whole show, is we just want to destroy the corporate narrative that takes away sovereignty from American people, that destroys these things destroy the economy, they destroy trust in the establishments, and we just want to improve the quality of life by giving people the information they need to make the best decisions in life. So with that, I want to thank you guys for joining us, and well, we're going to get into the show today, so let's go. Wow. I'm glad to be here live. This is going to be a fast 1 hour of BasedCast. Again, we're here at BasedCast, boys. We're at Base Boys Media. And this is our third episode of doing the BasedCast. We just recently changed our name, so look for us under BasedCast. That is the new name. But yeah, well, I want to go ahead and get straight into it today. So our first story, man, we had Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump show up this weekend at a UFC event. And, man, this is what American people want. American people love Donald Trump. They love the rhetoric from Tucker Carlson. They move forward the American ideology, and they really, speak to the American people in a way that they want. Now, the real question is can Tucker Carlson be a viable VP candidate? He's a great media pundit. He has been attacked by the media just like Donald Trump. So maybe it is a perfect fit for him. Maybe it isn't. For my opinion, I believe that Tucker Carlson should be the pundit. American people want him to be able to give the information and articulate the information that he dissects and articulate it in a way that is powerful. Nobody else has the ability to do that like Tucker Carlson. He's a true powerhouse when it comes to articulating what's going on. He's able to lay it down to you in a truthful manner as well. And he kind of just goes where the mainstream media refuses to go, and maybe that's why they released him from Fox News. But I think he has a better space in media. That's where his voice lies. I don't know if I've seen enough to make him a VP at this point. We'll see here in the coming days what Donald Trump's going to do as far as a VP is concerned. But I think it's truly in his best interest. So I want to take a little bit of what the pro Tucker support is. and see what people are saying about Tucker Carlson being a good candidate, and then we'll kind of just kind of break that down. So we'll go to our web share here. All right, give me a moment. Technical difficulties running solo today. So Donald Trump says he's open to Tucker Carlson as a 2024 running mate. First, it sounds a little loopy, but upon further thought, it might work. Besides Trump himself, nobody enjoys the basis trust the way Tucker Carlson does. Nobody else intuitively understands their values, their priorities, or their worries the way they do. No other VP contender isn't a battle tested as Tucker. Like I was saying a moment ago, he's been attacked just like Donald Trump. He thrives under the attack, under the pressure. He's been targeted, smeared endlessly for the last several years, and he's never really had a breakdown. So I think that's one big positive of Tucker Carlson. Can you take an attack from the corporate media? Can you take an attack from the corrupt authoritarian regime that we see that is becoming DC politics? I think he's got the skin to do that. But the question is do we need to take him away from the pundit space and put him into a VP? Because, the content that we get delivered from Tucker is probably going to be diminished if he's a VP. The Democrat plan is to keep Donald Trump stuck in court or even in jail as he can't campaign. Is anybody more viable Trump campaign surrogate for Tucker Carlson? I do think he would be a good surrogate, and he could speak on behalf of Donald Trump, and it would be. But I don't know. I'm kind of up in the middle in this issue because I think that Tucker Carlson can really immensely help Donald Trump's campaign. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be the best move. Some of the opposition is saying that he needs to stay in the pundit space, and that's where Tucker should stay. So we'll see here in the coming days what Donald Trump decides to do as a VP pick. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. So with that, let's move right along to our next story. So we got embedded journalists potentially out in Hamas. So the Dossier reported this article a few days back. Now, employee of American news agencies were embedded in plain clothes with Hamas during October 7th massacre. So Honest Reporting is out with an absolute bombshell of a story revealing today that Gaza-based employees of the Associated Press and Reuters, who also do contract work for CNN and the New York Times, were embedded with Hamas during their killing spree against southern Gaza. So the report has a lot of questions. What were these people doing here? So we'll go to the first one. So here we can see we have, looks like a lady that's being kidnapped on a motorcycle with two individuals that seem to have firearms, part of Hamas, and you just have journalists conveniently taking photos in the background. If that doesn't raise flip flags, I don't know what does. We also see this CNN reporter. He was also taking pictures on October 7th with one of the Hamas leaders. I can't pronounce his name, but it looks like Yahya Sinwar. So we have a CNN photographer and journalist, freelance journalist, that's hanging out with